Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you. We went to zero taxes on small business, which we've gotten no end of criticism for this. And yet, you look at this. This was Nick Jordan bringing this idea forward. And what he did is he said, look, if you want to grow jobs, if number one objective here is growing jobs, that's what we're after, is growing jobs, the best thing you can do is pull your taxes off small businesses. There's 191,000 of them in the state of Kansas. And in our economic modeling, it was showing growth like this on jobs. And what we were after is jobs. And it was saying, well, why does it show that? Well, these people tend to be ones who, when you pull a tax off of them, they tend to put it right back into the business. They say, okay, I want to buy this piece of equipment. I want to buy this truck. I want to do this. And they expand their business. Or Patty Bossert in Topeka says, you know, with that, I expanded my temp agency into Manhattan, Kansas. And they create jobs. So we're at record employment in the state of Kansas. And that's still with general aviation having difficulty in Wichita. It is working beautifully, and it works very, very well, particularly in the Kansas City area. The growth that Johnson County, Wyandotte County in particular, have experienced recently have been phenomenal. Just great to see. I was glad yesterday Creighton University came out with their rankings in the 9 states. Here, the Business Conditions Index they've got. So I got to pull this up on my Creighton University published their monthly series, Mid-America Business Condition Index. If a state's index is over 50, that means it's growing, it's in position to grow. 9-state region that we're in, Kansas, it's ranking in that 9-state region for a business growth index. What do you think? Number one in the 9-state. This is Creighton University. This isn't my K-State Wildcats saying this. This is Creighton University. And our business index, 69.7. 50 is growth. If you're above 50, your growth, 69.7. I mean, this is a rocket ship. Moving up, growing. And a lot of it's happening right here in this county. Great leadership that you guys have displayed and done. Kevin's doing a great job in Congress, back and forth all the time, and with a young child too. I know what that feels like. Just got the endorsement here in this county today from the DA. Steve Howell's doing a great job. From the Sheriff, Frank Denning, really appreciate that. Attorney General, thank you guys for coming out for us. So what we're trying to do is you create the growth atmosphere. You get a positive atmosphere, you attract people into the area, they start producing more, and then you're going to have more resources to be able to work with. And that's what's taking place. And the leadership here, a lot of your state legislators have done a fantastic job with that. Help Marvin out in the recruitment of dollars for that, because there'll be toughness in this election cycle. Elections are about choices, and they're about differences. And there's been a huge amount of disinformation about me out there. The beauty of it is that Kansans usually discuss they make a decision basically on talking to their friends and neighbors. That's how they really, most of the time, they decide on things. They just kind of, I got the ads and I got all this stuff, yeah. But they listen to you, and they want to know about it, and they want to know factually about it. And you can go out there and tell them, look, we are the fastest growing, best business index in the region. We've got a record number of people working in the state of Kansas. We've got 4.9% unemployment rate. We've got wealth transferring in from Missouri, where we used to lose it to Missouri. We're growing private sector jobs in the Kansas side of Kansas City 3 times faster than on the Missouri side. We're growing and we're moving forward, and we're investing in schools. We put record funding in K-12 in the state of Kansas. And that's what you can do when you're growing. When you're growing, you can do those things. If you're declining, you can't do those things. And we're going to keep investing in schools. And a local option budget increase happened this legislative session. Johnson County communities asked for that for 15 years, haven't been able to get it, and it happened this legislative session. So you have a big choice to make, and you need to frame it for people going into this fall. And we're close, so this is the time to do it. Advanced ballot begins 2 weeks before the election, so this is real push season. And I think this is a real clear choice election. I'm a Reagan-style Republican. My opponent, Paul Davis, fine gentleman. He is an Obama-style Democrat. He's been a 2-time Obama delegate. He was on the floor of the Democrat National Convention at both conventions, standing up and cheering as Barack Obama is speaking. He's voted for a whole series of tax increases and he's articulated very, very few policy positions. I can only find one that he's articulated during the campaign. Now, he's got a long voting record, and it's all very liberal. But he's only articulated one position, and that is to raise income taxes. And the first place he's raising it is on people that make $15,000 a year. And I'm going, if you're making only $15,000 in income a year, why are you paying any income taxes? Really? I mean, you're going to raise 17% income taxes on somebody that's making that much? I mean, this is a real, I think it's a terrible idea. It is going to hurt. It is going to hurt people who can least afford it. And it's going to put us back in a position of being not a growing state, but a state that's declining, a state that's losing ground. And guys, we've been a high tax state before in a Midwestern area. It doesn't work. It leads to out-migration. It leads to your economic activity going other places. And you can't be a high tax state sitting this close to Texas and hope you're going to grow. It doesn't work, and it hasn't worked, and we tried it for 35 years, and it doesn't work. The model we're on works, and we're getting growth taking place with this model. Now, the other guy wants to go back, wants high income taxes. That's a choice that people have to make. He wants to implement Obamacare. He wanted to do early implementation of Obamacare. I'm opposed to Obamacare. I've fought it in the Senate. I've fight it in the governorship. And I'm fighting it moving forward. He wants to implement it. That will cost $1 billion to the state of Kansas over a 5-year time period. Where do you think he's going to get the $1 billion to pay for it? You're going to raise your taxes to do it. He's going to have to do that. And Obamacare, if Obamacare was working and such a great idea, why hasn't the Obama administration, after which it is named, implemented it? On the social issues, I am pro-life. I believe in a culture of life. I think this is a core issue. My opponent, Paul Davis, is one of the few in the State House, one of 20, I think, two, that's voted to continue partial birth abortions in the state of Kansas. The most extreme positions on the other side. It's choice, and the choices are very clear and they're very stark. And then I want to end on this point, 2 points. One is, we are really going the right way. And that's why we're getting so much national attention in the state of Kansas. When was the last time you've seen the New York Times write this much on the state of Kansas? Was it Civil War? Maybe. I mean, is that what we got to go back to? So why are they so interested in a Kansas governor's race? They don't want this to work. And actually, they know it will work, and it is working, and they want to get me before it does go fully forward. You go back to what built your great country. Faith, family, freedom, the basics that have built the place. You rely on those, you do those right. That's what we're doing in the state of Kansas. We're doing our basics right. We're getting back, we want to be, Jeff Collier and I want this state to be the best place in America to do 2 things. Raise a family, grow a small business. Best place in America to do those 2 things. That's what we're after. Pretty simple, pretty direct. We want to do that. And we got a state full of people that can and want to do that too. And we'll attract people from all over the country, maybe all over the world, on that model too. And it's even in the basics and just letting people do the basics. We need you the final days of this campaign, and we need you pushing. I need you first and foremost really talking with people. I need you to interject yourself in conversations and social media. I need you out there saying, hey, look, I wanted to clarify some of these distortions that are here. I want to clarify where the other guy stands and where Sam stands. I need you injecting yourself in conversations. That's really the first and foremost, because that's how most people are going to decide. And I need you urging others. A lot of you have networks of your own. I need you urging your networks to urge people to get engaged in the conversation. Social media, personal. You know, nowadays you can get in a big conversation pretty fast on social media. And I need you in that conversation. And we've got daily facts that we put out. Women for Brownback puts out a nice daily fact thing. Our campaign does. This Creighton study, the studies on education. So you just give them to people, look, these are just the facts. Just want you to have the facts. And we just need to power this on through, guys. And we can. And we've got the organization, and Ronnie does a fabulous job here. You've got a great organization here. You guys do wonderful jobs. We got to do our blocking and tackling. Got to get our signs out. We got to put bumper stickers on. We got to talk to people. And we got to tell them what the message is. And you know what the message is. And you just got to convey it clearly, happily, joyfully, but clearly. And say, this is important. It's important for the nation. It's important for our state. And we're going to see it on through, and we're going to win. And we're going to win both of these. Thanks for helping us out so much. God bless you all. Appreciate it. Thanks, Peggy.
You want me to get your
Thank you, Governor Sam Brownback.
Oh, I'll get something on the way out. Thank you. I'm good. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Let's go, Sam.
Thank you.
Let's go, Sam.
Let's
go, Sam.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, Sam.
He's my neighbor in our home.
Give me my best. Oh, thanks, guys.